Baldur's Gate 3 is Game of the Year. And it absolutely does not deserve the hate it's getting by a lot of the other competitors' fans. Primarily my fellow Spider-Man fans. And I get where we're coming from with this. Because we kind of hate everything else going on with Spider-Man stuff. I mean, we recently got one little post about Spider-Man 4, Tom Holland's, where, for whatever reason, there's some ideas floating around that Spider-Man 4 should set up for Secret Wars, which is such a mistake. And then there's the comics, which we've got some good things coming out now. But for like a good year now, before New Ultimate Spider-Man and before the Spider-Man, we've kind of gotten a lot of trash for Spider-Man comics, and I think primarily where a lot of the hate from Spider-Man fans are coming from are just us wanting a win. We want an award. We want to have Spider-Man win something. Because the comics haven't been doing great. Spider-Man 4's not got a lot of promise to it, but at the same time it does. We're very on edge about it. We're very teetering back and forth with it. And I think it's just been a hard time for Spider-Man fans. Like, we've had great games. Kind of. We can look at Avengers and wonder what happened there. And considering Spider-Man was a PlayStation exclusive, I guess that's another hit on us, which hurts. But I think Spider-Man fans just need to take a step back and understand that the award isn't the important part, it's the nomination. Because this year has legitimately been fantastic for games. I went into Spider-Man 2 knowing that this is likely not going to be Game of the Year. But my idea on that was a little wrong completely. Yep. A little completely wrong, because I thought Game of the Year was basically guaranteed to be Tears of the Kingdom because Zelda game came out. It's big. It's popular. I kind of thought it had it in the bag. But yeah, no. I think Spider-Man fans just want a win. But that doesn't really excuse what they've been doing. Because Baldur's Gate looks fantastic. I think Baldur's Gate more than deserves Game of the Year. Based off of the simple fact that it takes apparently like 1,000 hours or 1,000 playthroughs. I don't know which one I'm getting completely mixed up there with, but it's one of those two. The fact that it takes so much time to see everything possible in the game should win Game of the Year alone. The fact that there's that much content and that many options in the game, more than enough. It is by far one of the most meaty RPGs to ever release, and that is something truly special. And sure, the gameplay may not be for everyone. It's very D&D, which I've actually always wanted to get into, but that's not the topic. But so many of these guys who've been critiquing Baldur's Gate for no reason, I feel like I saw the same criticisms about Spider-Man 2 and people were trying to downplay Spider-Man 2 as well. Like, you have so many people right now calling Baldur's Gate 3 PS3 graphics, and then I flash back to like a month and a half ago where people were talking the same kind of shit on Spider-Man 2. And I just don't get how we're doing this. How are we... This is generational trauma in fast forward. We're just speeding right past it with the generational trauma. Oh god. One game gets criticized, the same criticisms on the next one. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is the best RPG of all time, and it deserves a lot of what it's gotten. And from everything I've seen of Baldur's Gate, I don't actually have the game. I want to make that clear. I don't have the game, as I need more money. Baldur's Gate 3, from what I've seen, I think it is very good. I think it is very good, and it is a work of art. It is a work of content. And I understand that gameplay-wise, it won't be for everyone, because it is an RPG. RPGs inherently have that bit of a wall for a lot of players to get past. And I think it's very telling that despite that wall to get past, enough people voted for it. I'm not gonna at all bring up the claim of bots like some people have done, but absolutely not. I don't believe it. And even if there are, if we want to say bots rigged it, we could say the same thing about the other nominees. Doesn't matter. There's going to be bots on all sides, because if they're nominated, they're popular enough to have people want to bot it. I think the takeaway, though, is that we've gotten fantastic games this year. And I've got my problems with all of the games. All of the games that I've played and that I've seen of, Baldur's Gate does look a little slow. Tears of the Kingdom has a lot of UI issues and is very held back by the Switch. Spider-Man 2 lacks incredible amounts of replayability that even the last games in its series have had. But all three of those big heavy hitters of the Game Awards, Game of the Year nominees, they deserve to be there. And they are by far some of the best games we've gotten in like the past 10 years. I think gaming this year, and the past few, honestly, I think gaming has been in such a golden age right now. Games in the past few years have been golden, and I'm just happy that by next year, I'm yet again going to be a year late to a fantastic game where I'm probably going to buy Baldur's Gate 3.